Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Minecraft Podcast. It's been a while.
It has been a long time.
Welcome, everybody, back to the Minecraft Podcast. Hold on, I got to turn up my sensitivity while I talk. But anyway, guys, so it's been a little while, and we talked about it last episode, but we were just both busy. So that meant that, you guys got some of the Way Out Let's Play that will continue at some point, probably. But yeah, so we're back at it with the Minecraft Podcast. Because who doesn't love the Minecraft Podcast?
Yes, sir. That's my favorite thing to record.
True, it's great. You basically just spend an hour
yeah, that's pretty much. Talk about why we are smarter than game studio CEOs.
True. And we're going to talk about that a lot today, actually. Which I think...
Check out this new, this new cape I got.
Cape. Ooh, how'd you get that one? Pretty nice.
You just get it for logging in.
Oh, that's cool. I wish that it was the same shade as your shirt, though. It's really close, but...
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. But that's all right. It still looks sick. So there's a lot of great stuff that's been going on. A lot of great games have been coming out. A lot of great games are going to be coming out soon. And the big one that we've been playing, if you haven't been noticing, I've been doing a Let's Play of it on the channel. Doom the Dark Ages came out.
Yeah, a non-stop Let's Play.
Non-stop Let's Play, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, Doom the Dark Ages came out. Noah's done with it. I'm like halfway through it.
I've stayed up last night and finished the whole thing. And then I'm going to replay it on harder difficulties each time.
Yeah, it's
like crack. When a new Doom game comes out or a new Halo game comes out, it's like crack.
True.
I remember when I played Eternal and I just blew through the whole game and I was like, Hunter, you gotta play this.
Yep. And then then I played 2016 and then I was like, I'll get to Eternal. Well, actually, I started Eternal, but once again, just like this one, I started playing it when I moved. So it was like I just did not have time. And then when after I moved and stuff, I had my new roommates and stuff, and they're like, dude, you have to play Cyberpunk. You have to play Cyberpunk. So then I played Cyberpunk, and then I played Elden Ring. So, but I finally did play Eternal. Yeah, exactly. Look, I love Eternal, but look, Cyberpunk and Elden Ring are better games. And that's not anything bad about Doom. Doom is fantastic. Doom Eternal is my favorite Doom game. It's great, but I just find Cyberpunk a lot of fun. It's a great open world, and then Elden Ring speaks for itself. I mean, I literally am playing through it again right now. Oh man, that game is like pure heroin to me. That is my fucking addiction, man. It's like I literally downloaded it because I was like, you know what, I could use some gameplay of it. And then I was like, dude, I'm just playing through it again. I don't care. I'm playing through it again. But anyway. So, Noah, what's been your thoughts on Doom the Dark Ages?
Oh man, I'm like there's a lot of thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of them. So I like the new system.
Uh-huh.
I really like the new loop and how with the shield.
Yeah.
And throwing the shield, and is it just me, or I don't really find a reason ever to switch to any other gun than the shotgun.
Yes.
In any Doom game, really.
Yes.
That's just me, I get. Well, that's not just me, but I do try to switch to other weapons, because it is fun to use other weapons. Mm-hmm. You can use other weapons. I always just tend to stick to the shotgun, which is fine. I mean, I don't care. I do think the bosses, I wish we had one other boss that was unique, but they're fun. The boss fights are fun.
It's funny because Eternal's issue was that there wasn't enough boss fights. And then in Doom the Dark Ages, the issue is that there's too many. I
don't know about that.
Well, no, it is that, though. If your complaint is that there isn't enough variety, that's my point. Is that, Eternal only had, one or two... It literally had two boss fights. It had the arena boss fight, and then it had the final boss. That's it. And 2016 was the same way. And then Dark Ages goes, okay, you guys want more boss fights? Here's more boss fights. But there's basically three bosses.
Technically, there's Yeah, they are basically 3. Yeah.
Yep.
And then you fight the champions throughout, and then they become regular enemies.
Yep.
So, yeah, kind of like fighting the Doom Hunter in Eternal,
I
guess. 2016 definitely had a lot of more boss fights, I think.
No, 2016, if I remember, only had 2, right?
Oh, I guess so. I don't know.
Yeah, like...
Well, the Doom games don't usually have...
No, they usually don't.
Like the classic ones, they usually just had 1.
Yep.
Really. And that was at the end. So, I mean, if you want to be all technical about it, they don't really have to have a lot to bosses.
Yeah,
but they probably should.
They probably should, because as
and
much as
we're getting
like
campaign DLC, so and in Ancient Gods they had a new boss in each part. So yeah, we'll probably get more.
I don't mind games that don't have boss fights, but I think that if you're trying to make Doom into a modern shooter, you should probably have a couple. And I feel like you could easily make a bunch of great bosses. And I don't think it's that id doesn't know how. I think it is them trying to be relatively traditional with Doom, which isn't a bad thing. I would prefer that they're traditional rather than let's turn Doom back into a survival horror game, you know? So it's not a deal breaker, but yes, I would prefer a couple more boss fights.
Yeah, it would be nice. One thing I do wish we had is a horde mode off the bat.
I agree.
Just because I don't really... I mean, I will replay the campaign. I just wish there was one I could just jump in and just kill some demons, you know?
I agree with that. I think... Well, and this has been an issue since 2016, is that it is one of those developers that is like, oh yeah, we're going to give you features throughout the year in a single player game. It's like, okay, that's fine and all, but why can't I have it all up front? You know, I wish that I could have it all up front. I mean, I'm glad that they give it to us at all, I guess, but you know, I would like it now instead of having to wait a year for horde mode like we did with Eternal.
That was a year?
I'm pretty sure.
Damn, felt like more like 2 years.
It might have been. You know what? Actually, it was, because there was a 2-year cycle with Eternal. I forgot about that, actually. You are correct. Which is something that I didn't really like with Eternal, is that they were like, here's our 2-year roadmap. It's like, okay, guys, we are playing a single-player game here.
2020 or 2022?
2020.
Or 2021?
No, it came out...
Sorry, I didn't say 2.
It came out 2020, because it came out the same day as Animal Crossing.
Oh, yeah.
It came out like literally the week of the pandemic, pretty much. Like whatever, because I think Animal Crossing came out in March that year, like right as the pandemic started, and I'm pretty sure that Eternal well, I know it dropped the same day, but I think it dropped in March that year. But yeah, so. But you know what? I will say, as somebody that hasn't finished the game, I think that is currently my second favorite Doom game. I think that it's better than 2016. I do not think it's quite as good as Eternal. I think that level design is pretty good, except for open world levels, but you know, that's my opinion. I feel like the game is very solid, very, very solid. I like where they took the direction. I love the shield. I just kind of wish that I didn't lose my double jump or my dash ability. I kind of miss that. And I know that I can dash with a shield and all, but I can only dash to an enemy. So I just miss that traversal a little bit in Dark Ages, but the gunplay feels fantastic. The shield feels fantastic. And we kind of touched on it with only using the shotgun. It's really apparent in Dark Ages because there's just way more ammo than there was in Eternal. So you're not switching weapons constantly, which, look, that's not the style of game that they're going for. They're not going for a rip and tear game. They're going for the stand and fight, which was the tagline for the game, which is fine. I don't hate it. I enjoy it quite a lot. That's why it's my second favorite. So I don't want to get it misconstrued, because there are some people that are hating on this game online for no real reason, really. They just are so bitter, which is a little ridiculous, because the game is good. You know what I mean? Like, it's still worth your money, I would say. And it's way longer than Eternal as well. So
yeah, I saw some people be like, well, if it has 22 missions, that definitely means that there's only going to be 16 in the base game, right? And then 3 each for the DLCs. And I'm like, no, it's 22. 22 missions.
What the fuck are they talking about?
So, well, that was before the game came out, and we knew the mission length. Yeah, And
what?
well,
really...
people just didn't know it was gonna. People didn't think it would be that long, and I mean,
I get that, but like,
kind of valid.
But like, when has the game ever been like, oh yeah, we have 22 missions, and that's including the DLC before the game even launches? That's my thing. Has the game ever done that?
No.
Yeah, exactly. People were really. This is what I hate about modern gaming culture, is that a lot of people just try to hate on anything. They will find a reason to hate something, which I may talk about a little later with GTA 6. But the thing is like, this game was going to be good, right? Like, it has never missed with a Doom game. And like, I don't know why people were like, oh dude, this one's going to suck. It's like, dude, you haven't even played it. At least wait for people to play it before you decide that the game sucks, you know?
Yeah, and that's one thing that the Act Man did, by the way, that pissed me off, was he was kind of grifting that.
Yeah.
About Dark Ages. And I don't know if you knew this. Did you know this about a gameplay feature? Just a side note, because I'm gonna get to this in a second. But side note, when you can do a glory strike,
yeah,
if you jump and then do a glory strike, you can do kind of like a glory kill.
Yes, I did know about that, but that's not how I should have to trigger the animation.
No, I know that. I'm just saying. Like,
yeah.
Did you know about that?
Yes, I did.
That's pretty cool.
It is cool. It is cool, which I guess will address the elephant in the room. A lot of people are mad because they replace glory kills with these things called glory strikes and executions. And, look, I don't hate them, but I don't think that they're better than a glory kill. And the reason why they got rid of glory kills is because they felt like they were kind of repetitive, which is fair. But I don't think that the solution.
I agree with them.
I don't think the solution is to take it out. I think the solution is to add more of them.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, right? It's not like they were like, okay, we're just going to get rid of that system entirely. They just decided, okay, we're still going to have that system, but it's not going to take as long, which is fine. But like, part of the appeal of Doom was the fucking the gore and the guts of literally ripping a demon in half. So, you know, I just think that I don't think that the execution is necessarily a fair thing, but people acting, you know, people like the Act Man being like, they removed glory kills. That's a little ridiculous. They didn't remove glory kills. They just changed how they
not
worked.
Elaborate because he's trying to hate farm. Like,
yep.
Yeah, I personally love the new system.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of with them on the whole glory kills are kind of repetitive, because if you play Eternal for hours and hours, it can get a little like, okay, yeah, I've seen this animation before. And then the glory strikes, I like how you can just fucking hit him with the it's so cool. I just love maybe it's just because it's fresh, but I love it.
It's good. It's not bad.
And I'm gonna elaborate on my thoughts on the game. I think it's my favorite Doom game.
Yeah.
Because of the vibe and overall gameplay. I think it's my favorite.
Yeah, I think that's totally fair.
I think it builds on Eternal. Well, not really builds on Eternal, but builds stylistically on Eternal and lore and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That I like. And I remember playing Eternal, and I saw the Sentinel guys, and I was like, and then they said that he was like one of the Sentinels or something, and I was like, oh, I want to see a Doom game like that, and then they did that, so here we are.
Yeah, it's a great concept. I just you know, I just loved the fast-paced nature of Eternal so much, and you know, I still think that this is a well worth your time video game. Like, people acting there, you know, there's some people that are like, oh, it's like the worst game ever. It's like, bro, just because
there are worse games, man.
Oh, exactly. Just because you don't think it's as good as Eternal doesn't mean that it's a bad game. Like, literally. And that's this is the thing that I've talked about many times, but there's no in between for people anymore when it comes to their media consumption. It's either the best thing ever or the worst. There's no such thing as a okay thing or a good thing, right? It's either the best thing ever or the worst thing ever, and there's no in between. And this is one of the best examples of that. Like, oh my god, dude. But Love it, man. We love it. No, I don't. I actually kind of hate Twitter with their opinions, but...
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think of any good opinion I've seen on Twitter recently. I cannot think of any.
You can name a bunch of bad ones, though, I bet.
Oh, dude, I can name so many bad ones that I've seen. It's just constant, and I just have to bite my tongue and not be like, "L take, brother," because I'm not going to start this war with this dude. There's plenty of people that are like, "Oh, this movie's better than the Batman," or "This one's better than the Bat." It's like, what are you guys talking about? Are we watching the same movie? Like, oh my god, it's just constant. I
opened Twitter and I just saw one.
Oh, what is it?
So Alex Ross, big well-known comic cover artist who paints, right?
Yep.
He did a Doctor Doom painting, and it's classic. He's got a holster with a gun. That's like part of his heritage, where he's from, like his Latverian culture, right? And this dude said, "What the fuck does Doom need a pouch for, though?" Genuinely asking. It's like, okay, maybe read about the character for a bit. it's this exact account that I can't stand too. I bet if I scroll through his whole account.
I'm just like shocked, like that. Even as somebody that's not the biggest comic guy, I know that. Oh my god. I'm gonna fucking lose it, man. If you ever need a reminder of how you have the right opinion, just go to Twitter, ladies and gentlemen. You need a little refresher about how you're one of the sane people in the world. Just head on over to Twitter.
Yeah, like, in the old comics, he uses a gun. Like I don't know. He has a gun.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a fact.
How are you gonna be?
This is also the guy. Just want to say, this is also the guy that always be like, "You need to read comics." Doesn't read comics.
Oh man, dude. Oh, those ultimate fucking pretend. Why do people pretend to be cool? I don't understand.
I'm not gonna bullshit you and say that I've read all the comic books ever, or that I've read Moon Knight comics before he became big. Like, come on, like,
dude, that was my favorite thing ever on Twitter. I remember when Moon Knight got announced or whatever, like the week that it got announced, we're like, oh, yeah. And I remember Noah was like, who is this person? And he's like, or no, well, you kind of knew who he was, I think, right? You weren't like a fan, but
I already knew about him. Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't like think he'd get a show, but
yeah, exactly. Like, you weren't like a deep fan. You knew who he was, but like that, you basically knew him by name. And Noah's like, oh, that's kind of cool or whatever. And then everybody on Twitter's like, who the fuck is Moon Knight? And then I will never forget, as soon as the show came out, and he's sending me tweets of these same people being like, dude, I'm so glad that they finally gave Moon Knight the shine, the time of day that he deserves. It's like, bro, what are you talking about?
Yeah, nobody. No, I think I can only name one person who would get to say something like that.
Yeah.
And his name is Robert Jefferson, Comics Explained. He's the only person that would be able to say, that would be able to be like, oh yeah, I'm so glad they finally gave him a show. Because he reads everything.
Right.
And he explains everything. He's been reading comics for 40 years, he said.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think that he's the only one of us that can get to say that. Unless you're a Moon Knight fan. I mean,
yeah, no, they exist.
Good luck proving it.
But yeah, exactly.
Just saying. I mean, I will admit the show did make him more interesting to me.
Yeah, no,
He's not one of
for
my favorite
sure.
characters or anything, but he did make him more interesting.
Or just admit that you liked him after the show came out.
Exactly. But people don't like doing that because they don't want to get shit talked.
MCU fans are just fucking...
I'm not scared.
Yeah. MCU fans are the worst, man. They really are.
I'm so glad they finally did a Sam Wilson Captain America movie. I love his comics.
Same thing.
I love his comics.
You know what, though?
Oh,
Same
man,
thing happened.
Ironheart. Oh, man, that's such a good comic run. It wasn't.
The exact same thing happened with Thunderbolts, too. Like, I don't know. I had no idea who the Thunderbolts were, and I never pretend to.
They're not even comic accurate, so if anybody says, oh, yeah, just like the comics.
Well, I did see people try to say that. Like, they were like, oh, who are these Thunderbolts? And then as soon as it came out, they're like, dude, this is so good. Which I haven't seen it, but I heard it's a good movie. That's not the point. But the point is that you did not know who the Thunderbolts were. Don't fucking sit here and try to tell us that you did.
Oh, man, they got Sentry in there? Oh, yeah, I love the Sentry comics.
Oh, my God. One of the people that we know did that in particular, so...
I swear, man, I'm not even gonna lie. Sometimes when they announce that a character is gonna be in something, I immediately look up and be like, okay, I've heard of this character, but let me look more into who this guy is.
Right.
Like, for instance, when they announced that Silver Surfer was gonna be the female version in Fantastic Four, I was like, okay, well, let me look up who this is, right?
Right.
But people will always just pretend like they already knew, and then they'll make their profile picture the comic version of the character, and then they'll be like, oh yeah, I'm the guru on this character. Ask me any questions you want about this character. Ugh.
I would actually rather kill myself. That sounds awful.
Like, there's a Wolverine guy on Twitter that I sort of talk to, not really, but like we reply to each other's tweets sometimes. He actually knows his Wolverine shit. I'm not even gonna lie. He actually knows. So it's cool that there's at least somebody.
Right.
But a lot of people who will have like a comic profile picture and act like they've known everything. It's just...
Yes, that's where it's like, okay, dude. Okay, buddy.
Like, it's cool if you want to get into comics, but don't pretend like you've been into them your whole life.
I agree. Like, it's great to get into a hobby, but like when I get into a game or I get into anything, I don't try to pretend like, oh, I've known this thing for years. Like, and it's only the MCU that does it. Like MCU Twitter does that, and I just don't understand why.
It's like me saying I played Doom ever since I was a kid.
Yeah, exactly. Which
I kind of did, but not really.
Yeah.
I played 2016 like a year after it came out.
You're right. But it'd be like me trying to claim that I've been playing FromSoft since D1, you know? It's like, no, Elden Ring is what got me into it, and now I'm finally playing them all, you know? It's like... I don't know, it's fine to admit that you got into something late. Or, like, even, like, comic books. Comic books were never popular. Like, let's not pretend... Like, it's just became
I think people just have FOMO for that for some reason. And I think that's kind of the driving force about comic books now is like, oh, you better read this because it might be the new big comic book. There's only been... I've been subscribed to comics for, like, a year now.
Yeah.
2 years, maybe. There's only been one comic that I can think of that actually was a big deal that I've gotten for at first release.
Really, the only one I can think of is like, and I'm not in the comic world, so you can tell me if I'm wrong, but it's like the Absolute series. Like, that's really it.
3, I should say 3. Absolute Batman, Ultimate Spider-Man, and Wolverine Revenge.
Oh, I kind of forgot about Absolute Spider-Man, or not Absolute, Ultimate Spider-Man.
Ultimate Spider-Man is huge.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about that one.
That was crazy that I was able to be part of that, but that is cool. I own one of those.
Very nice.
And it's worth quite a bit.
Nice.
What we got sidetracked talking about Marvel again.
We did. We always do every week. This is the Marvel show, ladies and gentlemen.
Do you want to talk about the Borderlands 4?
Yeah.
Stupid comment that he made.
So basically, Oh my god. Okay, so basically Borderlands 4 is coming out this fall. And it's not looking bad. It's looking pretty good. And basically they did this panel where they got to ask the director a bunch of questions, and the guy asking the questions go, okay, so is Borderlands 4 going to be 60, or is it going to be 80, or is it going to be 70? And instead of telling us the price, he goes, well, guys, it's actually not my decision. But what I will say is that it's going to be worth whatever they charge for it, which basically told us it's going to be $80. It's going to be $80 fucking dollars. Like, dude, come on. Like, why are we doing this? Why do game companies think that they can charge $80 for video games? Like, look.
I think that they think that they can do that because people will charge.
They will.
People will buy it.
Yeah, people are going to pay for it.
So I think that's why they think they can do it.
Unless Borderlands 4 comes out and it's like the best Borderlands game ever, maybe I'll buy it at 80. But I probably won't. Is the thing. Like, Jesus, man. Like, what
it does look like the best Borderlands game ever,
does.
but I will wait. I'm
probably not going to buy it for 80. I'm probably not. Unless it comes out and it gets like 10 out of 10s and everybody's like, dude, you need to play this now. Then okay, maybe I'll buy it. But I'm not. In the current moment, nothing sold me to pre-order this thing for $80. I'll tell you that. But people are going to fucking do it. People are going to do it. And I think that is ridiculous and shameful. If you think that video game... Well, look. This is what I'll say. I understand why games are going to 80. They've been 60 for literally 30 years, right? I get that. But at the same time... that doesn't mean that everything gets to be 80, right? Like, I've talked about this. If FromSoft charged 80, I probably would buy it. If what's another? That's really it that I would pay 80 for. Maybe Rockstar.
I'd say Borderlands gets to be 80 if you're going by that standard.
If it's really good, but if it's the quality of 3, no, it doesn't.
Yeah, I guess so.
Like, that's the thing. You haven't experienced peak Borderlands yet. Like,
well, what I'm saying is Borderlands games are usually, like, regardless of how you feel about 3's story, like it was very like heavily developed, and it had a lot of talent put into it. Like, I know the writing wasn't the best, but it was still, they worked on it. I mean, it's not fair. Like it was I'd say it was worth $60 when it came out, and I did pay that. So.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I guess. I guess that's fair. I just am.
When we're talking about games like Borderlands, Elden Ring, Dark Souls,
those games.
Doom,
those games are fair to be 80. But games like fucking, AC of Shadows, no. No. And they're charging 70 already. Like, that's the thing, right? When games started becoming 70, it was like, okay, look, this is starting to set a bit of a dangerous precedent, because it was like, okay, games like Elden Ring might charge 70. Games like like Borderlands might charge 70, and that's fine. But it's when games like EA, it's when companies like EA, when companies like Ubisoft decide we're going to charge 70. It's like, no, you're not. Well, you can do it, but I'm not buying it. Like, I refuse. And I think when we start seeing games go to 80, Ubisoft's going to try to do the same thing. And guess what? Nobody's buying AC for 80. I'm sorry, but they're not. Like, genuinely, I'm never paying $80 for Ubisoft. Yeah, they will.
People will do it.
They'll do it.
It's crazy, but they will do it.
Oh man. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think that game companies need to realize that maybe our game isn't worth 80. And some companies are semi-realizing that. The Oblivion remake that just came out. Well, remaster, sorry, that just came out. That was 50. Claire Expedition 33, that's also 50. These are games that are probably worth 60, but Microsoft has realized we don't need to charge, that these games probably aren't necessarily worth the full 60. So let's charge, a little less. And I think that's fair. And I think that some game studios need to realize that. And I think Ubisoft is the one that needs to realize it the most. Realize that your games are not worth $70. They're not, but whatever. Oh my God. It's scary out there. We'll see though. Watch Borderlands 4
Oh yeah. Oh well, you didn't even say what he said. Like the other thing he said. He said, "If you're a real fan, you'll make it work.
Oh
You'll
yeah,
find a way to make it work."
oh yeah.
That was the worst. That was like the worst possible thing you could ever say.
Yeah.
To a bunch of fans that are mad about the price tag, and then you say that.
Yep.
Ah, it's like, oh, are you questioning my fandom?
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah. When he said
Just
he's
to
like,
get me to buy it.
Yeah, when he said it's going to be worth whatever it is, it's like, bro, what are you talking about? No, it's not. If you
From what I've seen, it does look like it might be worth that much.
It might
we'll
be.
See.
It might be. Look, and if it is, great. I'll buy it for that. That's my thing. Is if it's really, really good, like, I can say this because he wouldn't give a shit. But Vaughn's kind of in this camp where he's like, I'm never buying a game for full price, right? And that's fair. And there's been some games.
That's kind of me too, unless
you're not like him though.
Unless,
well, the reason why you're not like him, right, is because he will say that for literally any company. It does not matter what it is, right? A game could literally have the best trailer in the world, but he's still gonna be like, I was
just about to say that.
Yeah. He's not like that. So like, like for example, Night Raid, right? Now, I probably won't get it because if you two aren't getting it at launch, I'm not gonna buy a multiplayer game to play by myself, right? What is it with all these diamonds right here? What the fuck? I found like 4 veins already. This is iron level. This is probably a cave system or something right here. Anyway, and the thing is for me is that, I think that the game looks pretty good. I do. I think, and especially because they're not charging full price. They're not. But which is another good thing. I'm glad that companies like FromSoft exist that realize when they're selling a product that doesn't need to be the full $70, I did see people, we talked about it earlier with the blind hate. I did see somebody try to claim that they're trying to sell Doom the Dark Ages for 80, which they're not. I don't know why people, that's the other thing, when people just try to lie blatantly about video games. It's like, what do you, like we just mentioned it with, the whole getting rid of the glory kills, which isn't the truth.
It's like when you say that, you make people think that we're just shooting.
Yes, exactly.
It's like, dude, you know what you're doing. Stop.
Yeah.
Like that. I love Actman, but he's kind of turned into one of those guys.
Yeah. Yep.
Like where I see one of his videos, I'm like, I don't know if I want to click on this.
Yeah.
Because I just want to keep that whole persona in my mind of what Actman is to me.
Persona. Sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's ridiculous. I do hope that Borderlands 4 is good though. I am looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to playing it because Borderlands has been a good series for many.
Oh my god!
More diamonds!
What the hell?
This must be a lush cave or something right here. Because I found 62 diamonds.
What?
Yeah. Which I guess I have like fortune and shit, but still, it's like, what the hell? So I guess we should, hold on, what's next up on the list? Unless you have anything more to say about Borderlands.
Nah, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
You know what, I guess we can talk about the Gears of War remake that got announced. And interesting enough, Sony pretty much announced it, which is big news. So it's been kind of rumored for many months now that Xbox is going to be putting more first-party stuff on other platforms, and it's official. Gears of War 1 is getting a full from-the-ground remake, including campaign and multiplayer, which is exciting, because I love Gears of War 1 multiplayer. And yeah, so we're getting a full remake of 1, which is kind of exciting.
Need to play through the rest of the campaign on the first game.
Good campaign. But I was kind of, there was rumors, this thing, I think we even talked about it when it originally got leaked, is that it wasn't going to include multiplayer. That was the original leak. Turns out that it does. And that's big. That's big news. And what's really cool, another W for Xbox, is that if you already own the remastered version that came out in oh my God. What is going on? Anyway, what?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look this up.
Yeah. But if you own the remastered version of Gears of War 1 that came out in like 2013 or whatever, you get the remake for free, which is kind of crazy because that remaster is old as fuck. Like that remaster is literally probably 10 years old at this point. But hey, good on Microsoft for giving it to us for free. So I will be playing it because I already bought the remaster years ago. So I hope that they go through and remake all of the games, honestly. And it seems like they probably will, because Microsoft's kinda on this remake kick recently with Oblivion. They're currently doing Halo 1 through 3. Oh my god, I found more.
The hell?
Dude.
I can't find a reason other than the AI says the more you explore and branch mine, the more likely you are to find diamonds. It's like, okay.
But this is ridiculous.
Yeah. I'm a little jealous.
Well, we have a communal chest. It's not like it's just mine. We share resources. This is a communist server, Noah. I
want to be the one to find
Oh
them.
my fucking god.
It. What? What the hell?
They're right next to
this is
each
creepy.
other.
This is creepy.
Hero Brian?
This is creepy.
Bro, what? This is insane. Like, actually, what? Anyway, sorry, I got distracted. And I hope that they're remaking 2 and 3 as well, because we know for sure that we're getting the Halo 1, 2, and 3 remake. So like,
I want to. Oh man, now you're making me want to play the campaign for Gears of War.
Maybe when we're done with Halo, we could do a Gears of War marathon.
Ooh.
Because there's only 3 of those.
Careful with what. No, there's 4 of them.
Oh, actually, there's 5. Sorry, I try to forget that.
Well, which ones are you gonna play?
I was kind of thinking the original 3. I try to forget that 4 and 5 exist.
Well, there's Judgment too.
I've never played that one.
The prequel.
Yeah,
it's the prequel.
Never played that one. Which is kind of funny considering that we're getting a new prequel.
I don't really like the 4th and 5th campaigns.
Nope, we won't play those.
From what I've seen, yeah, I'm not.
The only good thing.
Even co-op? Are they co-op?
4 and 5 should be, I think.
Oh.
That would be weird if they got rid of co-op, because the first 3 are.
First 3 are co-op. Okay, so we can play through those on co-op.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
I think they're only 2-player co-op. It's not like Halo where it was like 4-player. But I do remember, obviously I played split screen with my brother until he gave up. But no, I enjoy Gears of War a good amount. Good series. What was I gonna say about Gears? Oh yeah, the only
if we're really into it, we can play Judgment as well.
Yeah, I've never played that one.
Both of us haven't played that one.
Yeah. Which is funny considering that we're getting a new prequel next year or whenever that comes out. Which is just funny to me that like they're like, oh yeah, prequel time. Okay, that's fine, but didn't you already give us one? Anyway, what was I gonna say about that? The only good thing about 4 and 5 is the Horde mode, which is kind of fun.
Yeah, I remember playing the 4 Horde mode.
Yep.
I remember playing that.
But their campaigns are not good. I don't think I even ever finished 5's campaign. I was just so... Ugh. I was just so fed up with Gears 5 at that point, man. I don't know, man. I'm really glad that Microsoft is clearly is giving an effort to bring back their actual good franchises, because there was a time when, like, during the Xbox One era where they all died because I don't know what they were thinking with some of the decisions that they made back then. Like during the early Xbox One days, they were really hoping that Xbox was going to be this big entertainment brand, and it's just not. We've talked about it, but obviously the dreadful 2012 E3, where they're like, Call of Duty, Madden, TV. It's like, bro, what are you doing? Like, the thing is, right? The 360 dominated that generation, and part of it was because it was basically an all-in-one entertainment box. But it was an entertainment box second and a gaming device first. Oh my god, I found more. And
bro, what is going on?
I have no idea. I genuinely have no idea what's going on here.
I'm leaving the mine.
Oh my god, I have over 2 stacks of diamonds.
Just thought I'd chill with Hunter for a bit, but I'm getting too mad.
Like, this is crazy. I have over 2 stacks of diamonds now. Almost 3 stacks. Well, 2.5 stacks, I should say. But anyway, continuing on with our Xbox discussion. But like, the thing is that Xbox was always the more casual console, and it still is, right? But it was entertainment second, gaming first. And Xbox One decided we're actually gonna be entertainment first, gaming second. With our ads with Bryan Cranston, not Bryan Cranston. We're gonna have ads with Jesse, and it's gonna be this really cool thing where you can order pizza from your Xbox. It's like, bro, what? Did anybody ever use that feature?
Probably like 2 people.
I can, dude. You know how funny it would be though? You're playing with your boys, like it is
Hey,
Titanfall.
Xbox, record that.
Xbox, order me a pizza. That ad's my
Order
favorite.
me a pizza with extra pepperoni.
Yeah, dude.
With extra gamer pepperoni.
It was funny though. They were really trying to push these features where it was like Xbox will automatically record your best moments. Xbox will do this. Xbox, you can watch TV while you play games, which that was a cool feature. I'm sad that they took it away. But like, like stuff like that. It was like, dude, this is a gaming console. Like, I understand that Xbox was always the more casual brand for people that wanted to play COD and Halo. But like, if you just decide, but people aren't dumb. Like, if you just give them something that is designed to basically just be, oh yeah, come play games and like watch TV while you do it, they don't care. They're gonna go buy the PlayStation that actually had good marketing. But oh my god, man, I'm glad that Xbox is finally realizing that they need to be games first. And I always find it funny whenever our boy Phil Spencer, is basically like, yeah, Xbox kind of still sucks. Dude, I always find it so hilarious. He'll be like,
getting better though.
It's getting better. My favorite is the Redfall stuff. Like when Redfall came out, he's like, yeah, this game is bad. Like we talked about it, but I was like really tired one night and I was scrolling through his games, just serious, just to because I find that funny to do with him because he's the CEO of Xbox. I think it's funny that he actually plays video games, and he didn't even get a single achievement in Redfall.
But he played it.
He played it for he played it for probably 20 minutes, realized how bad it was, and didn't continue it because it is a bad game.
But you know what he plays a lot?
What?
Destiny 2.
Does he really?
I don't know when the last time he played it, but I remember one, like I would see him on.
Yeah.
Because I had him as a friend, and he would play that a lot. Let me look at his profile.
It's interesting.
Okay. Let me see. Gaming. All right, he's been playing Oblivion.
Okay.
He played Doom: The Dark Ages.
Mm-hmm.
Halo Infinite, Balatro.
Let's go.
Diablo 4. He has a lot of time in Diablo 4.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. There's like a lot of smaller indie stuff here too. Gears of War 4 is the most recent Gears game he's played.
Interesting.
This goes by recency, right?
Yes, it does.
All right, and then the second most recent one was Gears of War Judgment. Doom 64, okay. Overwatch 2, Call of Duty, Forza Motorsport, Assassin's Creed Shadows, Gears of War 3. I think he was just playing through the campaigns.
Yeah, probably.
It's kind of going in order of release. Okay, Destiny 2 is probably way down here.
Him and everybody else gave up, man.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
No, I don't either. Not one bit.
Which we should probably talk about that.
Yeah, we will talk about that next. Which I guess I can introduce while you look. So basically, Bungie's been in some trouble recently because they've been in a lawsuit again for plagiarism. And basically, there's this guy that wrote this book, and he's claiming that the original Destiny 2 campaign stole his book, his story. And Bungie is in court for this. And look, when this lawsuit started, me and Noah were like, okay, that's a little ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
And basically, Bungie had to prove that they didn't steal it by showing their concept of, the campaign. Except because they've sunsetted it, they have no proof that they even created this thing. They keep no record of their expansions, which is crazy. So basically, the judge...
Wait, 1 second.
Yep.
Sorry to interrupt you. He has a day and 8 hours in Redfall.
That's crazy. Wait, so does he have achievements? Because when I looked at it, it said he didn't.
Yeah, he has 40 of them. Oh,
okay, so it just glitched for me. Okay, but a day is a lot of time for that bad of a game that he trashed on. Anyway, so basically, the judge was like, "Hey, you need to give us evidence." And they're like, "Okay, here's some more videos breaking it down." And the judge is like, "No, I need to see what you guys released in the video game." He's like, "Well, we don't have that." How do you not keep record of your own video game? Like, how? Like, I understand that you're sunsetting it, but you should still have record of what you put into the video game.
Yeah.
And so that happened, right? And it was like, okay, this isn't looking too good, but they can still win this lawsuit because the guy doesn't seem, like he has much of a case. But then the last week, some bad news came out about Bungie. So there's been controversy before with when it came to D2 that they were stealing artwork from fans, fan art, and that they used it as real promotional work. Well, turns out they did the same thing for Marathon, except it's even more. And obviously, artists aren't happy about it. And in particular, this doesn't look good while you're in the middle of a plagiarism lawsuit.
Yep.
And yeah, it's not looking good for Bungie. It's really not. Bungie's had a tough year. They've had a tough couple years, but this year in particular, because it sounds like Sony is going to sell off their stock in Bungie, because basically Marathon wasn't supposed to come out right away. It was meant for like a winter release, like start of 2026. It sounds like, but it was pushed up to the summer because of Sony. And it sounds like if this game doesn't do well, Sony may be selling their stock off in Bungie, which will probably leave Bungie in a really bad spot. I think, if anything, Microsoft. I really hope that Microsoft swoops in and saves them. I think that would be the funniest thing to ever happen in gaming. Is that Bungie needs Microsoft. Oh man.
Like last night we were talking about this, but imagine they put him back on Halo.
Oh, dude, it'd be so funny. It would be hilarious.
Poetic.
Dude. I could not think of a better, rewrite of history. It's going to be so legendary that we're going to tell our kids about it. It's like, let me tell you about the war between Microsoft and Bungie. It started with the release of Halo 3. And Bungie was fed up with their relationship with Microsoft. And they began work on a game called Destiny. But Microsoft was not a fan. Leading to the downfall of the Halo Empire.
Was not a fan.
Leading to the downfall of the Halo Empire. With their last game under Microsoft being Halo Reach. Oh man. And then like you go through the whole saga of Destiny and like the success that it had and just
Man, I'm telling you, if they were to re-release Destiny with 60 frames and crossplay, like they would just like people would just play that.
I don't know why they don't. Yeah, I agree. I don't know why they don't do that.
Like that would just be perfect. Like if they just did that. Yeah.
I agree. I agree. I just do not.
You wanna print money?
Yeah, for real.
Bro, just give us like Destiny like what it is. Like that's what we want.
Yep.
Because Destiny 2 is kind of not Destiny anymore.
Yeah.
Visually, I should say.
Yep. Yeah, I don't understand just any of this. Like I really don't. I just don't understand how you do not keep record of any of your previous expansions, even if you sunset it. I don't know how you do not listen to your fans one bit. Like genuinely one bit. Like at no point does Bungie listen to their fans. And it's getting ridiculous, and people are waking up to that. They've been waking up to it, and I just think, like, when you have people like Noah that have given up on Destiny 2, bro, you're done. Like, you're screwed. Like, the player base for D2 is falling day by day, and one of these days, there's gonna have to be a real conversation about the future of Destiny, and I think that it's already happening as we speak, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll tell you what, man, if Microsoft buys Bungie, that would be my favorite turn of events in all of history. I would, oh my God, I would never shut up about it because that would be the funniest thing to ever happen, I think.
It's looking like they'll do it because who else would buy them?
I don't know. Well, yeah, like, and Bungie can't afford to be solo. They just can't. Like they are such a big game studio that you just can't be solo. Like you need the support of a company like Activision, like Sony, right? And I think that they're gonna have to go to Microsoft unless somebody like, I generally do not know who else would buy them. Like I doubt that EA would want to take them on. I doubt Ubisoft. Well, Ubisoft doesn't have the money. So yeah, I think that it's probably going to be Microsoft, and I hope that Bungie realizes that that's what they have to do, and that they're not going to try to be like, no, I don't like how you treated us last time. Which, look, I'm going to be real. I don't even think they were treated that bad. Like Microsoft. Like the thing is, right? MMOs weren't like MMO. Like a FPS MMO was never done before, and we knew it worked.
That's like me getting mad if you wanted me to put like a new like saying in one of my outros in all my videos. It's like, oh, you're treating me horrible.
Yeah.
Like, bro, what?
Oh, you guys want
I just want you to promote the brand.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, what's that? You guys want us to make another game that made you guys billions of dollars with the last one? No. What are you complaining about? Oh my God, I have to make Halo 4. Dude, you could make so many stories about Halo. Like, what are you guys doing? Like, I understand.
I know, dude.
I have to make Halo 4. Oh, dude, Microsoft, dude, let's not act like Halo Reach or 3 or like ODST didn't sell well. They'll let you make side games. Like, what is your issue? Oh my God, Bungie. Which I guess I think that the new Bungie might realize, okay, let's go back to Microsoft. But at this point, I think Microsoft would just tell them to keep making Bungie. Or no, not Bungie, keep making Destiny. I don't think they would make them go back to Halo, honestly. They might move some people over to Halo Studios, but I think Halo Studios is going to stay. I just think that Bungie will be the Destiny team. But, you know, I wish that they would make more extended universe stuff in Destiny, like they did with Halo. You know what I mean? Like, I wish that they would make, like, I feel like Destiny could be a great property if you made stuff more than just Destiny 2. If you made, like, side games, if you made a TV show, if you made comics, if you did these things outside of, oh, yeah, let's only make the MMO, you know? But, you know, whatever, I guess. Because there's a lot of,
annoying.
It's really annoying. Because there's a lot of Destiny fans. There are a lot of people that love Destiny. like how a lot of people love Halo, right? And extended universe stuff works great for Halo. It really does. Books, comics. Well, the TV show didn't really work out, but well, season 2 did, but it was too late. So I just wish that they could realize that they could do a lot with Destiny if they did more than just one single video game that everybody is tired of.
Did you find any more diamonds?
Yes, I did.
What the hell?
I've already found 22 more, so. And go look at our ore chest, Noah.
Okay.
Just let that sink in.
Wait, there's a sink trying to get in?
There's a sink. There's a sink at the door. There's a sink at the door. Let that sink in.
I mean, they were doing that mobile game, but that doesn't
count.
Clearly that's clearly a desperate attempt at, hey, we just want money.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god, remember, was it last episode or the episode before that where I fell for the fake TV show?
I think that was the episode before that.
Oh man, dude, I watched that show Secret Level. I watched one of the episodes, the Armored Core one with Keanu Reeves.
Yep.
I want to play the game now.
Yeah, I've never played an Armored Core game.
I looked more into it, and Armored Core 6 is the only one you really need to play because the other ones aren't the best, and 6 is a reboot. So.
Oh, okay. I didn't know Keanu Reeves was in that though. That's cool.
Yeah, he's the main character.
Cool.
In the episode,
right?
Not the game.
Not the game. Oh man.
What's next? Have we talked about everything yet?
I don't know.
Let me see. Battlefront 2. Ooh.
Oh yeah, we can talk about that really quick.
AI and Fortnite.
Let's talk about the Battlefront 2 stuff because we're at the end of the episode, so we can get through that really quickly. Battlefront 2 is getting a resurgence on Steam, mainly linked to Andor, which is great. I wish that EA would realize that we want a Battlefront 3, but it's never going to happen. So,
People are saying, are putting hashtag Battlefront 3. I mean, I hope they listen, but
I hope they listen.
Won't.
But after the statement that DICE made the other day, not the other day, but a couple weeks ago, it's not happening. What
did DICE say?
They made that statement about the Titanfall 3 stuff, and
well, that was Respawn.
Oh, sorry, Respawn, not DICE. I apologize. But look, I don't think that EA is going to go in that direction. I really don't, unfortunately. Because DICE is in trouble after 2042. And, I just don't think... because the thing is, right? DICE has not had a great run recently. They had 2042, which was not received well. It's a good game now, but it wasn't at launch. There was Battlefield 5, which didn't do great at launch either. Well, it did good at launch, but it didn't keep very many players. And then before that was Battlefront 2, and we know how that went at launch. And it just sucks because it's not DICE's fault. It's all EA's fault. It literally is. Every decision that as to why DICE has been bad is because of EA trying to make their games more appealing to everybody, which is a bad trend in video gaming. But obviously the thing happened with Battlefront 2 with the loot boxes. And then there was Battlefield 5 just not being a great game. And then 2042 came out and was a bad game. Didn't have a fucking scoreboard. It's just these small decisions that add up. And unfortunately, DICE is in trouble. And I don't think that I think EA only wants them to make Battlefield. And that sucks because Battlefront is a great franchise.
If they stopped making Battlefield and just made Battlefront, I'd be happy.
I agree. And I don't know
why. You agree?
I agree because I like Battlefront. I love Battlefront actually. That's the thing. I've talked about this. I don't really like Star Wars movies and TV shows, but I enjoy the video games quite a bit. And I felt like Battlefront 2 was a great game. I enjoy Battlefront 2. After they fixed the game.
Revived it.
Yeah, exactly. Like I had fun when the beta came out, you know. I had fun with that game. Like I think that being able to play as a Jedi is cool. Like the hero battle mode, that was cool back in the day.
Oh yeah, I remember we played that a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a great time. It's a great time. You know, like, you know, you can play as Han, you can do a Han Solo versus Vader fight. You know, you can play Rey versus Darth Vader. You can do these fun things. But unfortunately, you know, EA just does not know what they're doing.
And they were gonna add Ahsoka before they got cut. And I think they're gonna add like a bunch more prequel heroes and stuff.
That's cool.
Like I think they're gonna add Jango Fett too, maybe Mace Windu. But it got shorted.
And that's what I really like about Battlefront as well, is that it really kind of like lets you like really mess with the extended universe stuff, you know? Even as somebody that doesn't really enjoy Star Wars that much, I enjoy that aspect of the game, of being able to create like these Anakin versus Luke fights, these Anakin versus Vader fights. Like you can do fun stuff like that, you know? You can really kind of break the universe and have fun with it. And I think a lot of people enjoy that about Battlefront, but unfortunately, EA.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm glad that people are enjoying the game though, because it is a good time, and I wish that EA would realize people wanted Battlefront 3 because both Battlefront 1 and 2 sold so well, like so many people.
I remember when the first one came out. Everybody was so hyped for that.
Yeah, dude.
And then it came out and it was like okay, yeah, it was all right.
Yeah, it was fun.
And then the second one was like, oh yeah, we're gonna do all three of the eras. It's like, oh yeah, that's what we want.
Mm-hmm.
And then it came out, and then loot box progression.
It was almost so good, but then they had the stupid loot box system, which was just
not just loot boxes, loot box progression.
Yeah, that was what was the worst thing ever. That was the era.
Pay to get better, basically.
Yep. Yeah,
and it's like, yeah, we don't want that.
Not only do you need to make sure that you have the right amount of points to become Yoda, you also need the one-time use Yoda card. Oh, that was like and keep in mind, this is not a free-to-play game. They were trying to do this shit back in the day in full-price video games.
Yep.
Like that's where microtransactions for me were the worst in video games. Like people will complain about V-Bucks and stuff. Like, look, I don't really care about the V-Bucks thing, but like I think we had it worse back then, just because it was like, oh yeah, you want to progress in your video game? You got to buy loot boxes. Don't worry, it's not pay to win though, because you can earn them. Oh yeah, you mean the one that I earn every 5 games? That's really great, guys. You know, so. Oh my god. And then I'll never forget how slimy and awful EA was in court because they got sued over it. And they're like, well, it's not a loot box, it's not gambling because you always win something. And the judge believed that. They got away with it because the judge was like, well, I guess you're right. It's like, no, they're not. It's still gambling. Like that's the other thing that I really hate about these cases is that judges are so old, so they just have no idea about the internet. They have no idea about gaming. They have no idea. So they get involved with these cases, and they just have to, and they just they know the basic premise of a loot box, but like when they hear, oh, you always win something, they're like, oh, so it's not bad then. People are just outraged over a company making money. It's like, no. That's not why people are mad. People are mad because if I want to play as Yoda, I have to pay like $50 to play as Yoda once, and then I also need to be good at the video game. God. I remember if you wanted to use grenades, they were locked in the loot boxes.
Oh god.
That game was a stinker at launch. It's great now though.
It's really good now.
Well, and it was really fun because, like, I remember there was one time we played, and it was a ton of fun because we were like, I don't remember where we were, but we were on a planet and we were having fun, and then the second map in the lineup was in a giant space, was in like the Death Star. Like that was awesome. Like it was like, okay, you have 2 very different maps, like. That's one thing about Battlefield is like okay, here's an open field map, here's another open field map. But Battlefront, it's like, okay, we're fighting on the Ewok planet, and now we're in the Death Star.
Yep.
Like, oh, it's so fun.
Yep. Now imagine if they were still supporting that game and we got stuff based around Andor.
Oh, that would be great. Andor as a character. Oh my god.
Yeah.
You'd be making videos on it right now.
Because in the first game they had the Rogue One DLC, remember?
I do remember that, yes.
Oh man, that was cool. And then second one, man, if they were still making, oh man, that's so.
I also think that an Andor video game would be cool.
We probably would have been able to play as the Mandalorian in Battlefront.
Yeah, man. But nope. EA had to mess that game up royally. Like I just that was like the greediest EA ever was at that time.
Man, you could make in the amount of time that they kind of go over in the show.
Mm-hmm.
There's some things that are skipped. Dude, you could make a Hitman Star Wars video game with Cassian Andor.
I would play the shit out of that.
Because he's a spy.
Yeah.
You could easily do it would be so smart if they did that.
I just wish that Disney picked a better game studio.
Bring the cast back to voice the characters. Man.
Let me tell you.
It's perfect because I mean they're aging. I mean Oh.
Hi. All right. No, like that would be a great design for a video game, and I wish that Disney would have picked a better studio than EA to, make their video games.
To take over their
Yeah. All right. Well, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching this episode of the Minecraft Podcast. As always, there's a link to buy W Energy. There's also a link to join our Discord in the description. And we hope that you enjoyed this episode of the podcast. We will talk to you next week. And I'm sure there's going to be more great gaming news. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. No, it's feeling so silly thinking about next week of the Minecraft Podcast. Anyways,
so silly.
See ya.